everything. It's just crazy. I had too
So
much
a
patience
huge
with
amount
him.
of action there just before we went to the break. Before they talked about the deal.
I think. He means well.
We lost Japan, Yaroslav Japan, in 4th place.
10 grand or 5 grand in life.
The action continued. Cahill doubled up. Queens versus
You
sixes.
don't really know what to do to keep that business.
A lot of big hands.
Yeah, I don't think.
Now I was talking to Keith Cummins during that break there, and he said I was allowed to say that earlier on in a hand against Abdul
No, they're
in seat
winning
1,
poker, but
Keith
one
in
night
seat
is
3
2 nights
was
maximum. They're losing in roulette blackjack
was
for
on.
them.
Keith was big
They're
blind.
losing in
Abdul
casino,
was on the
roulette
button.
blackjack.
Abdul raised pre-flop on the button. Keith called.
Good to go.
Good to go.
Keith checked on a flop of 3-7-3, and Abdul raised, continuation raise. Keith re-raised him to bet, to put him about a third of his stack was the re-raise. If he was going to do it, if Abdul was going to do anything, he was going to shove. But Abdul folded, and Keith has just told me that he had 8-6
Sir,
off.
I'm going to have to take the beer off
So
the
it was a
table,
great
please.
read on the player. He said,
Yeah.
just knew
Thank you.
that he probably had picture cards, possibly Queen 10 or Queen Jack,
20,000.
and hence
Yeah.
he's read him perfectly.
Auntie 20,000, please.
And he was also saying that previously when he was, Keith was raising and
20,000
having to
Auntie,
fold
please.
to a shove, the small blind shove.
Thank you.
He had hands like Queen Jack and Jack 10 where he didn't feel
Small
comfortable
blind,
calling the short stack shoves over his raise. And that happened about 4 times.
Small blind, please. Happy?
Put him on a bit of an aggression.
Raise 400,000.
We're back now.
Fold.
Just raises.
Call.
And Jonas is called. We go to the flop.
That's Queen Spades, 4 of Hearts, 9 of Diamonds. And we're going to see how much €4,800 means to each of these 3 players. Sometimes the players will battle on for hours for the extra money. Sometimes they're just so pleased that they've got a decent cash. They just want to get it all in and over with. And
Check or bet? Check. Check.
you see some quite loose play, so we'll see how it's going to go here. At the moment, this has been checked down to the river.
Bet 1,060,000. Fold.
And a bet from 1 million from Cahill takes that one down. Cahill started this with a slight chip advantage. That puts him slightly further ahead. He took just slightly more than the other 2 players in the deal. Overheard Cahill talking to somebody outside while they were on a break, and he was telling them that he's won the 100 rebuy on Stars and the iPoker Major as well, so
Re-raise 1 million. Fold.
certainly knows how to play poker from those results. And here he is raising to 1 million, and Jonas is going to call.
Check or bet?
Blind still 100,000, 200,000, 20,000 ante for the next few minutes, and then they're going to jump up again. King 5-8 flop.
840,000.
So 840,000 from Cahill. Jonas coming in with the raise here.
1,050,000. 1,095,000.
1,950,000. 950, right?
Yeah, 950,000.
So the raise is to 1,950,000.
1,950,000.
Cal's going to lay this one down.
That's the Belgian roll. Yeah. Sorry? All your Belgians. No, cash gaming. Those guys are the most important ones. We can do a cash game also.
The 300 side event is down to a final table. 7 players left.
Thank you.
When the final table started, chip leader was Christopher Buzzo from Belgium and Sten Nielsen from Sweden in second position, Karis Volker from Germany in third, and then 4 Irish players, David Caffrey, Dara O'Kearney, Gary Clark and Clint Jeffrey. That's the final 7 in the 300 euro event. They're playing for a first prize of 16,000 euro. All of them guaranteed a cash of at least 2,100 euro.
Yeah.
Should pay for the weekend for most of those.
I'm not going to show anymore.
The minimum payout for them now.
Well, I have to show.
She thought I showed 2, so she showed both of them. And it was a bluff. I raised small to big with 4 ace suited. I showed the 3. He showed a 3, I showed a 4. And she turned them both over. And I was like, what?
Up to. Raise 400. Oh,
So used opening this one on the button for 400,000.
re-raise.
Jonas re-raising from the small blind to 1.1 million. Used is going to call. And the flop is ace 10-10.
Bet 1.6.
So Just follows up with a bet of 1.6 million.
Call.
Jonas calls. So, big pots developing now. Players playing for the trophy and €4,800.
Thank you.
5.6 million chips in the pot as we go to the turn, which is the 6 of diamonds.
Check.
Jonas checks.
2.2.
Eustace is going to make it 2.2 million.
2,200,000. Call.
Jonas makes the call. 10 million chips in the pot now. 5 of diamonds on the river.
Check.
Brings the backdoor flush.
Check.
Jonas
Show
checks. Use checks.
that, Ace king.
Jonas shows ace king, which is good enough to take that one down. So 10 million chips slide over to Jonas van Bogart from Belgium. That leaves Joost pretty short on 6 million. Jonas taking the chip lead now with 23 million.
Oh yeah, you have to skip the break.
So,
Looks like we're going to be at a new level now.
up to.
Sorry.
Fold. Fold.
So the new blinds are 120,000, 240,000 with a 30,000 ante.
ante, please. And big blind.
Big blind. Sorry.
I don't know what it's going.
The levels went up, I think. So we have to look at that. They went up to 1224.
Yeah. Întreabă ce-i cu nivelele. Up to you.
Because now we have the, I don't know what.
Raise 400. What's the blinds? Fold. Up to you. Fold.
You don't see blinds.
Yeah. Let's take this.
The blinds thing? Sorry? 60, 120? No, 122.40. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we were in, yeah, we do that. Okay.
We stick for 1 and 2.
1, 2 now?
Yeah. Ante, please. Big blind, please. Fold. Raise 400. Call. Check or bet?
Check.
Check. Bet 480. 30, yeah?
30,000.
Thank you.
480, right?
Yeah. Call. Check or bet?
So the blinds will be going up next hand. The tournament clock decided
Check.
it wanted to have a mind of its own. Meanwhile, we're at the turn. King of spades, 6 of spades, 8 of hearts, 9 of clubs. Cahill
Bet
versus Jonas.
720,000.
Cahill's putting a bet out here
Fold.
of 720,000. Jonas going to fold and Cahill will take down this pot.
Blinds up. 120, 240, and 30,000 ante, please.
30,000.
Thank you. $30,000 ante, please.
30,000?
Yeah. Fold. Raise. 520. Fold.
Carl chipping away at Eustace. Just now down under 6 million. That's a big difference. When we started four-handed, he had 30 million over 6.5 million, 5 million, and 4 million chips.
Your ante,
It's
please.
amazing how when you get down short-handed on final table, chips move
Thanks.
so quickly around the table. Cahill to act first.
Raise. 500,000. Fold. Fold.
And takes it through again. That's third hand in a row now. Trying to catch up. Carl's trying to catch up a little bit with Jonas. Jonas leading now. 21.6 million. Carl 17.4 million. And as I said there, just under 6 million now. 5.76.
Ante, please.
Big turnaround.
Thank you.
And we had that 30-minute break. Cahill was just leading. Jonas took a big pot off Just to put him in the lead now.
Raise. 100. Fold.
Yeah, that seems to be the standard raise now.
Call.
Is er nog een waterput?
From 240,000. If you're going to raise it, make it 5.
Half
And the flop.
Check or bet? Check. Up to?
4.5.
Hey, continuation bets.
450,000, yeah?
450,000.
450,000. Call.
Call makes a call. He's got to be questioning
Check or
what's
bet?
going on. You can
Check.
see it on his face. 36.
Check.
Check, check.
Check or bet?
River king.
Check.
Don't know if that'll make a big difference.
Check. Show
Check,
the card,
check.
please.
Call might have been trying to chop. Oh, he's got a
29.
mid pair maybe.
Thank you.
So ace 9 for Cahill, pocket 2s for Just. Just will take it down.
Yeah, maybe.
I think if anybody betting that river, they would have taken it.
I was also happy with
But
Yeah.
trying to figure out where you are in a hand is not easy with 300.
It's a bit, hè? A bit, hè?
Everybody's range is a lot wider than when you're playing full ring.
Ik betaal dat zeker, hoe zit dat? Zot. Ah ja.
Up to? Fold. Fold.
And Just takes a walk.
Nee, je moet niet uitleggen. Waarom hebben Belgen altijd hekel aan Heineken?
Just
Ja,
is just
waarom
up,
niet?
got back 1 million now. He's over, just
Dat
over
is geen bier, hè?
7
Dat is
million.
natuurlijk- ik heb liever goals, maar...
Taking the hand off Cahill and taking the blinds. Still very much short stack. Jonas is 3 times his stack. Cahill looks very focused. Just, I'm not too sure.
Raise 500,000.
And Jonas is chatting with his rail. Cahill raises here, 500,000.
1.3.
Re-raise from Jost,
1,300,000.
1.3. Over to Cahill again on the button. Cahill's been very steady the whole way through his final table. He's gone in ahead any time he's been showing his cards.
Okay, this is...
He's won a couple of races, which he admits he was lucky with.
6, 5, 5.
Including the bed.
Including the bets, yeah, including the bet 6 point. Something.
So that bet was 1.3. He did have 7
All
at the
in.
start. Carl's gone
Fold.
all in and an instant fold. Very nice. Carl is catching up on Jonas now. Both of them are trying to chip away a little bit at Just. Maybe the two of them having a little bit of a mind games. Now that Just is the short stack, which he hasn't been this
So I don't have to...
Can I get change,
Yeah,
please?
first time since the start of the final table. Just has been short stack.
Thank you. Well, sorry. You sort that out.
Dominant leader the whole way through this,
120, yeah?
including after we lost our 4th place. Japan. And then
Up to.
300. He just hasn't been getting the cards. Hasn't been able to make the plays.
5.
Raise 500,000.
He's only been able to take down little pots.
Fold. Fold.
Fold, fold. He takes this one down.
Marcus, alles besteld is van mij. Alles wat besteld is van mij. En voor mij? Een klein koelakken. Nee, cool like a mace.
Ante, please. Ante, please. Thank you. Up to you.
Jonas is going to raise his button.
Raise 500,000.
Carl's having a think. Re-raise.
Re-raise. 1,220,000.
1.22. And a call. Jonas gets out of the way, and Jonas is called. Is he? Yeah.
1,220, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We are going to the flop.
Check or bet.
Action back on call.
Bet.
That's a small one.
880,000.
880. Is that trapping or just pot size management? This is definitely a re-raise. Here we go.
Raise.
1.9.
1,950,000.
1.95.
Keep doing that.
Sorry?
Keep doing that every
You
go.
keep doing that?
Cahill's seen this before from Jonas.
Last time, no.
Going to be cautious this
Fold.
time. Let it go. And Jonas doesn't show.
Doing your ace jack.
Something like that.
Ante, please.
So we're 10 minutes into level 31. This 4-day European Deepstack Championship Poker. Three players remain.
Raise 500,000. Fold.
Cahill raises again, this time from the button. He had re-raised Jonas' previous hand. Now he's just open raising. And Jonas calls, go to the flop.
Check or bet.
This time it's a Jonas stacked first. Cahill has position.
Check.
Checks it. Pre-flop aggressor. Continuation bets.
Bet 500,000.
Small again. About 40%. Last time he was re-raised. This time could be a flat call. Yep.
Call. Check or bet.
10 on the turn.
Check. Up to you. Check.
Check, check. And 2 diamonds.
Check or bet. Check.
Check. And possibly check the
Check.
call. Yep.
Show the cards, please.
Showdown. Jonas shows the 8-9 of spades to take it. Call folds. Doesn't show any cards. That's another hand, 2 hands in a row now for Jonas over Cahill. Not huge damage to Cahill though.
Have a dealer. Good luck.
24 million. 24.5 million for Jonas. 14.5 million for Cahill. And Just is 5.7 million. Our definite short stack.
There's something there.
Just got to change the dealer.
Thanks. Hello.
Hello.
We had a drop in viewership as soon
Yeah.
as Japan left. Obviously a lot of guys supporting him, but we've got crept up a little bit now. Maybe some more Irish followers. And we can see Cahill has got a decent chip stack. you have tuned in, good evening to you. This is our final day, the main event, final table. We are down to 3 players, as you can see.
Pass.
Just raised it.
And Cole.
And Cole from Cahill. 2 to the flop. 8, Jack, Ace. 2 diamonds.
4.2.
Just continuation raises and takes it down. Cahill does not want to give him chips. Prefer to just knock him out.
Guys, what were the other dealers doing? Did they announce every action,
Yeah, they
seat,
announced
and
every
stuff like that?
action,
Yeah?
Raise,
Okay.
re-raise.
Yeah, because they didn't tell me anything, so...
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Good for the dealer to check, but she has been on the table
One guy was
before
really
earlier.
into it. He was like,
Back in Friday, I think.
well, you don't have to do that. That becomes annoying.
I know.
Thank you so much.
Believe me, I know.
Thank you.
There's 20 missing from the small blind, please.
Good control of the table. Great dealers here. Danny and her crew have done a fantastic job this weekend.
Everybody
All
folds.
praise to them. Yost takes a walk. Puts them just over 6 million. And they're saying great dealers all weekend. Great team. And JP, Nick O'Hara have done a fantastic job as TDs, running the whole show and all the side events.
Sorry.
And Cal's first act on the button.
Sit 3 pass.
5.5.
Sit 5, raises 2. 550.
Yost raises it up, 550. And instant call from Jonas. I think he's going to play any 2 cards to try and see a flop that will hit. He'll have it be hit. Get some more chips if possible
Heads up.
off Yost, weaken him bit by bit. That could be a good flop for him.
5.
Sit 5, bets 500.
40%. 550 was the initial pre-flop raise. He's betting 500,000 now. And he gets a call.
Calls.
A little thought there by Jonas what to do. And we have 6 of diamonds.
Sit 5
Check. Yeah, this might be a check again. I'm not going to try and strategize to see what these guys have and guess what they have, but 300 play, your ranges would be really wide open. And Jonas's range has been open most of the day anyway.
What? That's 1,250,000.
Where are you raised?
Sit 5 calls.
And he says call.
250.
And 250,
And
yeah.
we'll see the river. There's still a spade flush draw there. The straight was on the flop. Board paired. And jack of hearts.
5 check.
Just let the betting. Then on the flop. Checked the river and called Jonas. And now he's checked again. Doesn't look too comfortable.
2.1.
It's a strong bet. 2.1.
Sit 7 bets 2 million.
40-45% of the pot. Not easy for Yost. That's half his stack. He's got 4.27 behind, according to our computer calculations, which have been pretty close all day. The computer system doesn't like 3-way all-ins, which we've had a couple of today. Oh, he's going to call. He's going to call down,
Okay.
and I don't think Jonas is too happy with that. Getting called.
7 spade.
Yeah, he was bluffing it. Pair of 3s. That's a good call from Yost. Very good. Jonas is trying to show a bit of strength. Yost didn't look too comfortable. You can see he had
That looks more bluff.
second bottom pair. That's a nice bit of change. That's almost a double up for Just. He had 6.6 before that hand. He's taken 4.5 mil for that hand. Very nice. So he's still in it. Still three players. Easy to take it.
Seat 5 raises to 500.
And he's raised to 500. And this time Carl's going to call him.
Heads up.
And we go to the flop. 2 queen 10, 2 diamonds.
Check.
Carl checks and Just checks. Queen of clubs. 2 flush draws there, straight draw and a paired board.
Seat 3 check.
This could be check check. No.
Seat 5 bets 420,000.
Call. If you're not going to bet, I will. Is he going to get looked up? No.
Seat 3 calls.
On the river. 4 spades.
Seat 3 check.
Check again. Is this a trapping check? Just is going to check as well, and they're going to show down. Yeah. So, Just had the 8-7 off, and ace 8. Yeah, Carl didn't believe him the whole way through. Hero call, and check. Yeah, Just didn't want to risk any more chips, just in case Carl had something there. If he was going to win it, he had to bet. I think Carl would have called with any pair on the board.
Seat 7 folds.
Jonas folds his button. Unusual so far this level. We're 20 minutes into it, 25 minutes into
That's
play
560.
since the break.
And seat 5 folds.
I think we are close to an hour of play, about 15 minutes of play 300.
Thank you.
So to recap today, we had about 3.5 hours of play before
Sorry,
our first player was knocked out, and then we had 2 players in
Yeah,
one
it was-
hand.
Sorry.
In 9th place,
There
Abdul
was really big
Kudur,
penny on the small blind.
representing
So deuce of diamond will be
Germany.
the one card.
I don't think he's originally from Germany, but his flag was German. Then in 8th place, Keith Cummins from
500.
Ireland.
Seat 3 raises
7th place,
500.
Lerud van Lieput.
5
Limput.
raises to 1.3
I apologize if I get
million.
that wrong. In 6th place, Loris Kunst. The 5th place, Matthew Wallat or Velat. In 4th place was Jaroslav Japan.
Uh,
And we're still 3.
Yeah.
Oh dear, Cahill has folded out a turn. So Just raised to has 3 bet. Cahill
Alright, seat
Go
3
ahead.
folded out of turn.
$500,000. Open raise, 3 bet by Just to 1.3. Jonas is yet to bet, and he re-raised them.
7 raises to
Cahill had
2.8.
folded at a turn, and
And
Just just gets out of the way. Yeah. I think Jonas could have just flat called there, but when he saw Cahill folding at a turn from the being the initial raiser, he thought, I might as well grab this. I'm only going to have 1 player to play against. Nice 4 bet from Jonas, takes it down. So let's have a look at the chips. Jonas is ahead with 21.7, Cahill 14.79, and Just 8.5. He's lost a
only
little
big
bit of
bet
chips there with the raises and being 3 bet and 4 bet. So he did get up to 11 million, dropped a little bit.
7 raises to 500.
So
C3 calls.
Small blind. Jonas
Up.
raised. Call. Big blind called. We go to a flop. 2, 3, 5. 2 clubs.
C7 check.
Jonas checks. Cahill is going to bet this. I reckon about 500, 600, maybe
560.
560, right in between of my call. What is Jonas going to do? 560. Half pot. He's going to call. These guys know how to play the hands after the flop. There's not been, besides
Check.
the last hand, there hasn't been a huge amount of pre-flop aggression.
C3 check.
Check, check. 4 cards flush on the board.
C7 check.
Jonas checks. That's Cahill. And they're just going to check it down. He must have a club in his hand. Jonas had a little body language there. Maybe he's not
C3.
happy that
680.
Cahill's going to bet.
And C7 calls.
And he calls. He does
And
call, so he must
shows
have a club.
flush.
7 high. And he takes it down. Jonas takes it down. 7, 6 of club. 7 of clubs, 6 of hearts for Jonas. Takes that down. 7 high flush. No point betting into it in case Cahill had a bigger one. Easier just to call Cahill's bet. Pot control.
Right, TPs.
30,000?
30. Yeah.
Sorry.
No worries.
So a lot of little back and forths here. There's only one big hand when he came back from the break where Jonas took a chunk of change
Then pass.
off of Just.
Free pass.
It's the only real one to comment about. Next after that was about 4 hands ago where Cahill raised, Just 3-bet him, Jonas 4-bet, and the 2 folded. They should have, at this stage now, they should have a good feel about the other players and their strategies, their capabilities.
C3 pass.
5.5.
C5 raises to 550.
Second time Just has raised it to 550 into Jonas. Previously he only makes it 500. This is stabbing at Jonas,
C7 calls.
making that extra 50k. But Jonas is called once again.
Heads up.
Second time. Heads up. Flush board. Flush flop there. 4-7-2
Five
check
check.
by Just, the pre-flop aggressor.
7
And
check.
check. No point in betting that flop there. Another 4th club.
C5 check.
Does Jonas have another mid to low flush? He's going to lead out. This is basically to see where he's at with Just
780.
before the last chord comes down. If he doesn't, if Just doesn't have a club, there's no way he can call. He passes, and Just is going to show. Dealer didn't show. I'll have to have a word with dealer. Just show cards. Unfortunately, we weren't able to see them. All right, I'll be back in 1 minute. Can you make sure to show every card that any player shows?
Yeah.
Just if they show any card, just show
Okay.
the camera. Just put it on top of there.
Yes. Okay, thank you.
You want circles?
I just want it to be nice and not show your hands, but apparently I have to.
I call.
C5 calls.
Oh, you have to announce the seat?
I have to.
Oh, wow.
Everyone has to see the cards, like any cards that's shown at the table. So C7 pass and C3 checks. Heads up. C3 bets 520. C5 calls. C3 bets 820. Call. We got 180 back. C5 calls. C3 check. C5 bets 1.2 million. And C3 calls. Okay, you have to show first, please. C5 shows deuce and 3 of hearts, and C3 shows queen and jack.
Queen jack?
I didn't mean to bet so much on the flop.
What?
I didn't mean to bet so much on the flop.
Yeah, I was playing.
Yeah.
Playing was dropping forever.
I felt after betting so much, I got to barrel the turn. Somebody draws there. 8, this either seems like a good pair to barrel.
Right. No worries.
One more.
And yeah, one more. You're empty. Thank you. C7 pass. C3 raises to 560. C5 raises all in. And C3 pass.
Sorry, I just had to pop out there for a second. And Paddy's just informed me that I called to turn this little 5 million pot there, which is great. Yeah. Stocks are even. They haven't been moving around much in the last few orbits. Jonas just under 24 million. Call 15.2 million. And Joost 5.7 million. He's still quite short compared to everybody else. Still plenty to play though. Lions are 120,000, 240,000. Just again, third time now, raising 550 into Jonas. Small and big. If he's in the big, or if he's in on the button, he'll raise to 500,000. And the flop. Again, a flush flop. 10, 6, queen. And again, Jost check, and they check. They get into a bit of routine. 8 of clubs.
Check.
Check. And previously, Jonas has bet here, and he's going to go do it again. A bit of Groundhog Day here between these two.
7 bets.
But this time, Jost lets it go. No point.
Pass.
Jonas is. Nice little takedown there. I think he's happy with that. That brings Just to 5.3 million. And Jonas up to 2.45.
UNT?
Or 24.5, sorry. 24.5 million for Jonas. There we have it. That's minus the antes that got in. Blinds and antes. Oh, just on the button. Will he raise it? Yep. And this time, see, 500,000. He's on the button, just 500,000. In the small blind into Jonas, it's 550. A lot of repetition,
Three calls.
which can be hard to read. We go to a flop. Yeah. Hard flopping.
I shuffled. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, I shuffled.
There you go. Was that a shuffle? Did you? Yes, you did.
Right,
Shuffle.
that's
We all
550.
saw it. Different hearts, but there's still a heart. This time, yours takes it down.
And C3 pass. UNTs, please.
Ja, wacht een seconde. Tim.
Okay, small and big blind, please.
Jonas is decided to get himself a massage. I think all his mates out in the rail have just got massages as well. There's a couple of photos up on the Facebook D4 events Facebook page. Christian's been taking the photos, doing all the updates. You can follow the hand updates and photographs on the D4 events Facebook page, facebook.com.
7 raises to 500. C3 pass and C5 calls.
And Jonas raises it,
Heads up.
feeling good already from the massage. Yeah, no hearts this time. Justus going to lead out.
C5 bets 550.
He flat called Jonas' bet in the pre-flop of 500,000. He's going to bet 550 into Jonas. This is a re-race. That's a 1 million plaque. 1.3.
7 raises to 1.3 million.
And just looks like he's going to fold. Yeah, he's going to let it down.
C5 pass.
Yeah, nice try from Just to try and dunk open. Didn't find the right spot though. So Just has just gone under the 5 million mark, 4.9 million. And he's in small blind. If Cahill folds, Just will bet 550, but Cahill's going to raise.
Raises to 500.
Cahill raised to 500,
Pass.
and
7 pass.
they fold. Puts it down. And after that, small blind, Just is down to 4.76. Cahill is running in second, just under the 15 million. And Jonas is stretching a little lead with 25.3 million. Maybe the massage is helping. I know some of the Belgians were out on the rail getting massages that were actually paid for by the final Belgians. 2 Belgians at the final table
Pass.
bought massages for their mates on the rail. There's 4 or 5 of them on the rail that got massages.
4 raises to 500. C3 pass.
That time Just folded his button. No 500 raise for him that time. He's been a bit more cautious with his stack. Now he's down to 4.7 million.
C7 pass. 560.
Jonas folded his big blind.
All in.
Oh, Cahill has raised it. And
C5 raising.
just
Re-raise,
moved all in
win,
instantly.
and C3 folds.
And Cahill instantly folded. Small into big blind. That had to be a very strong hand for Yost to push. And he goes back over the 5 million mark, 5.35. There we are. 25 and a half to 14 million to 5.3.
There's 20 missing. Yes. Three raises to 500. Seven calls. Five pass. Heads up. Seven check. Three bets. 520. Seven calls. Seven check. Three check. Seven, that's 740. C3 pass. You'll be on the small blind, please. Oh, did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it.
Uh,
I don't know if they saw it.
I'm really sorry. If
Oh,
you
no,
saw
I
it,
didn't.
that means
Oh.
that. If you saw it, that means that maybe they saw it. I'm sorry.
We're poker players. We're like
they're high
really,
across the
really
deck.
honest.
It's just. It's not even because of the deck. It's because I'm not used to dealing like that. Usually. So, sorry.
Momentary
Five
mistake
pass.
for the dealer, but you gotta give them 1 or 2. They've really done a fantastic job otherwise. Everybody's human.
Seven raises to 500.
Jonas, small blind. He's been doing this a lot to Call. Call's going to look him up this time.
The 8 of club is the burn card.
8 of clubs burn card. That was the accidental turnover by the dealer. And we have King, 9,
Check.
2.
C3 check.
Jonas and Call both check. 4 of hearts. Jonas will check the hit raise pre-flop. Check the turn. Check the flop. This time, he's going to lead out.
7, that's
600.
650.
650. 650,000. Well, looks like he's counting out the calling chips. Just a call. Yep.
C3 calls.
There we go. We'll go to the river. River, 3 diamonds. Jonas to lead out. What's he going to do? Checking the flop was interesting. The 4 didn't seem to do much of anything, really. So, maybe he hit a 9. Wanted to see what Cahill would do on the flop. And I decided, if you're not going to bet, I'm going to. Maybe it's a small pair. From his small blind raise. Maybe he's just got a 2. Maybe he's got a Abdul Brunson, 10-2. You definitely check that type of flop, even though you hit. Cahill could easily have anything. Cahill's thinking about it. Playing with his chips. It's 1.4 million bet. He puts re-raise. 3 bet coming in. Was that 3?
3 raises 2.
4 point something?
4,200,000.
4.2. Very interesting.
I call.
He's going to
6,
call.
7 calls.
Wow. This is a big pot.
2 shows.
Set of 2s. Very nice.
11 shows king
And 2
queen spade.
pair. Wow. Wow. Jonas had 2 pair with the king 3. And Cahill hit the set on the flop and just let Jonas do the betting until the river, where he re-raised him and got the call. Got exactly what I wanted. Yeah, there you go. Cahill has jumped up a good little bit there to catch Jonas. Just still at 5. He's been floating between the 5 and the 6. Only a little bit. A short time ago, he was slightly under the 5, but got back up, still in blinds.
You're in T, please. And yours.
But he's not able to really push this now and get back into the play. He did reach 7 million earlier on, but he's been floating between 5 and 6.
Right.
We saw him earlier on being a massive chip leader.
The river was gin for me.
He had 30 million at 400. The next to him was 6.5 million. Next to that was 5. Next to that was 4.5.
Raises to 500.
He stopped getting nice cards. He had some great cards earlier on. He had aces versus kings and ace 10 on a 3-way pot.
C5 raises
All
all in.
in. Oh, here he goes all in.
7 pass.
And takes it down. Get those blinds back. But he hasn't really been making much moves since he stopped getting the cards. Now, obviously, with the shove all in, he's done that a couple of times now since the 300, and he got short. He's obviously getting a few hands, but he has been caught quite a bit with the actual play. As soon as you're going post flop pay, he hasn't been really mixing it up much. Whereas Jonas has been taking a lot of advantage of that. Cahill just took a nice little chunk of change off Jonas. Not too much of a damage for Jonas, still in the lead. 21 million.
C3 raises to 500.
Yeah.
C5 raises to 1.3
This has happened before. Cahill raised on the button,
pass and C3 pass.
and Jost re-raises. This time, Cahill gets out of the way. Happened a couple of times now. I think if Jost does that a few more times, Cahill's definitely going to look him up or 4-bet him. There's little dynamics happening now. You can see it developing between Jost and Jonas
And you're in T, please.
in the small and big blind. That's always a little bit of action. And Cahill opens. Jost 3-bets him a couple of times. And Cahill and
if you don't mind,
Jonas have
Give me the
been
change. That'll be
raise and call, then continuation bet call,
this means
and then the action happens either on the turn or the river, where there'll be a check and then a raise and a fold, or raise and call. And it's big hands, like we saw this set of 2s for Cahill.
C5 raises to 500. C7 pass.
Just big blind, 500. If he was in the small blind, it'd be 550. But he's on the button. Yeah, it's just going to be a re-raise from Cahill. Look, you re-raise me,
Raises to
I'll re-raise you.
1.240. 1,240,000.
1,240. Yeah, there we go.
C5 pass.
Nice one, Cahill. Anything you can do, I can do better. Not letting anybody take advantage of them. Show any weakness here, three-handed, and the other two will start pouncing on you.
Ja, dat moet niet uit om wel kop in te krijgen.
It's been good play.
Buttons okay?
And you'd
Yes.
love to know the internal monologues of these guys. Personally, I'd be half shitting myself. Excuse my French. And I wouldn't know, you know, I'd be trying to pick up reads or anything, but I know I'd be misreading them at least 50% of the time. Yeah, Jonas to open on the button, which he will. Just considering how much he wants to do it for.
7 raises to 500.
500, which is the standard one at the moment, and the other two fold.
There's an arrow on the screen.
Oh, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, you just have to hit a button on the remote.
1 minute.
The screen that's showing the players the levels. It was just it has an automatic turn off if nothing happens. So dealer just have to click OK. And we're back at it.
There's 20 missing.
And don't forget, you can follow all the action on Facebook. Christian is doing our updates
500.
and doing a fantastic job with the photography as well. He's been experimenting with one of Mike's lenses, a nice Canon 24 to 70 f2.8. It's a little bit nerdy by me, but I love my photography. And Christian says he's in love. Loves the lens. It is a fantastic lens. I was using it last weekend at the A Cup. Yeah. Carl raised. And Jonas has re-raised him.
C3, he raises 2.
2.3. And we have a 4-bet.
And C7.
Instant fold by Jonas. Instant fold. Carl takes that down. That's good. We've seen a few 4-bets. Jonas has done a 4-bet. Carl's done a 4-bet.
Oh, yes. You?
Joost is yet to. He'll 3-bet. Haven't seen any 4-bets from him yet. Trying to mix it up a bit. Steal as much as they can. You've seen on the chat box in the Ustream. A lot of foreigners. Hello to you. Guten Tag. Bonjour. And konnichiwa.
And C3 calls.
And that's at the limit of my hellos, I think.
Heads up.
Salut.
C3 check.
Buongiorno. Anything else? I don't know.
5. That's 620.
G'day, yeah. That's probably a dreadful Australian accent. G'day, mate. I know that's possibly insulting. I do apologise if it is. It does insult you. We've got quite a few people following us on board, so I don't have the board feed on at the moment, but how's it going?
Check.
Everybody on boards will be following Cahill. He's played a stormer today, been very strong all final table. Came in second short stack the start of the day. Won some nice little races going in ahead each time. Built his stack nicely, got into a great position.
1.4.
He's in the hand now with
1,450,000.
Just his betting. After Cahill checked there. And its bet is 1.450.
And C3 pass.
And he folds.
You guys
I
mind
think
stopping
the ace.
for like a minute so I can
Ace in the turn.
yeah?
35 minutes into it.
Yeah. Would you
I don't mind. I don't mind.
I think they want to
JP,
take a little break.
Can we
Just
stop the
for
clock?
2 minutes please so we can take a short battle break?
JP saying no RTD. Of course they can. Three-handed, of course. a little bit of leniency. Bathroom break. We shall be back shortly. I think about 5-10 minutes. No. Actually, in the chat box, I don't see any English, so. I think it's all Belgian. Some Dutch there, maybe.
Darling.
Yep. They're just taking 2 minutes to
When
go
do
to
we
the...
go from here?
Okay, bathroom break. And we shall be back with you
I
shortly.
have no idea.
Oh, okay.
I think we're going to 42 over there.
42. Okay.
But
Just leave it. I'm gonna.
yeah. Wait.
Oh shit.
No.
We
Alright, this.
have to say everything.
Yeah. Basically. I didn't say the flops turns and but otherwise yeah, like C3 bets, blah, C7, blah. So
Where
yeah.
should I put it?
Yeah, you need to stand up. You won't be able to do it if you're sitting. Oh, you got your belt.
Yeah, that's the problem. Shit. So stoned. So stoned.
Good. Enjoy.
Yes.
Yeah. Otherwise, that's not the first time you've been on.
No.
on a phone. Yeah.
Oh shit.
So where are we at?
We're just waiting for the clock to start.
Okay.
That's it.
Take the round two.
Yeah, 30.
Oh, that's 100.
What?
Okay, how was my
Players are back in their little break.
Oh, sorry.
We're just waiting for the tournament clock
No,
to start.
10. Just 10.
No, the 10 actually. Yeah.
10. Good to go.
And we're off again. Players had a little break as they requested. Jonas folds the button
Fault.
and just gets a walk. A recap of our chip stacks at the moment. Jonas has just gone under the 20 million. 19.4. Cahill, after taking a chunk of change off Jonas a while back, it's 18.3. And Jost 7 million. He's back up to 7, so he did drop below 5. And now he's come back up,
And the big line.
taking down a few hands. There has been a lot of action between these guys now, putting each other out. We've had a couple of 4 bets, so hopefully that'll pick up a little bit and get some action
Are
going.
we about even?
I'd say so. I got like 18.5, 19.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably even.
There's 1 million difference, but that's not a huge amount. Lines are
German raises.
120 and 240. Now Carl raises on the button and takes it down. Wonder if any of them had a chat with their mates on the rail, trying to figure out did they picked up anything about the other players. Jonas had a little massage earlier on.
Small blind.
2 massage girls going around the tables, including the cash tables. So if you're coming down for the cash, you can also get a massage. There are quite a lot of cash tables going and side events. There'll be an update on side events in a little while.
Raised to 500.
We've seen this before. Small and big blind. Jonas, small blind.
Re-raised.
And we've seen this before. Carl re-raises them.
1.24 then?
1,240,000.
Yeah, throws a 1 million plaque. That blue plaque's 1 million. Looks like Jonas is going to call. Yeah. Going to go to a flop.
Heads up.
Jonas small blind, call big blind. So Jonas will be first to act after this. 10 to 6, 2 clubs.
Check.
Check by Jonas. Over to Carl from Ireland. Got a bit of a following on Irish poker boards at the moment. They're watching the live stream and chatting
900.
on irishpokerboards.com. Great community for the Irish poker players. Yeah. Carl up to 900,000 bet. It's going to be a re-raise. There's 2 million. 2,200,000 and is that 40 or 60?
2.26.
2.26.
2,260,000.
Carl re-raised Jonas pre-flop. Checked the flop, and now he's re-raising Carl. You get down to 300, the ranges are very open, so I've said a few times now, I'm repeating myself. I'm not much of a tactical guy now. I haven't been in this type of situation before. My best ever result was UK APT side event, came 5th, which I think was a bit of a fluke for me. Oh, here we go, 4 bet.
Gentlemen re-raises.
4.5.
4,500,000.
4.5. Now, this could be building to a lethal pot. 9.3 million in the pot right now. If Jonas is gonna, these guys must have at least a good bit of this. This could be dangerous. This could escalate. Could be a 5-bet. No, Jonas is going to let it go. Well done, Carl. Carl takes that one down. And he looks solid there. Jonas was given the eye when he folded. See what the reactions are. Carl, like all day, has been very solid. Got quite a few viewers today. No doubt you're going to be playing online. Hope you're doing well on a Sunday. Into the Sunday evening now, so no doubt there's plenty of games going. Jonas open
Raise
on the button.
500.
500. Down to raise at the moment across the table. Call, small blind. Already has 120,000 in there, so he's going to re-raise. 1 point.
Gentlemen, re-raises. Fold. Fold.
Fold, fold. I'll take it down. All of a sudden, being active now for the last few hands. Building up a nice stack. We saw that briefly. Yeah, we'll bring it back up again. Cahill taking the lead with 23 million. That's the first time he's over 20 million now. Remember, he came in as our second from the bottom in chips at the start of the day. He's done a very solid job at the table now. Oop, needs one more card.
Yeah. Irish one.
How good are you? Can you win it with one card? Now, he's raising again.
Raise.
On the button.
500.
500,000. Let's see if Jonas or Just will re-raise him. Just will. No, he's going to fold.
Fold.
1.3 is the usual re-raise. They're going to let it go. Nope. There's our fire alarm.
He's both way up this time.
Nice.
Nobody moves.
Turned off.
Okay,
10 o'clock or something.
registration for non-home Irish is open and will start in 17 minutes. Players will receive 3 cards and discard 1 card on the block after the round is ended.
As I just bring up the schedule for today. Sunday evening.
Raise to
We have a
500,000.
120 turbo Irish.
Fold.
At 7k starting stack, 20-minute blinds. So if anybody's interested, come on
Call.
down. There will be late reg.
Heads up.
JP's just announced it. Starting in 15 minutes. So our flop,
Check.
835.
Bet 450.
Check by Cahill. Used. Exit 450. Very small. Small bet. Takes it down. Call. Seeing the flop. No good for him. Lets it go. Call got nice. You can see those blue plaques there. Nice stack. He's figuring out himself how much he has. It's 23, Call. 23 million. Jonas, also been very, very strong. Had lots of little moves and plays earlier on. He's done very, very well. And just takes a walk. Jonas from Belgium. So as I say, the last side event for the festival. 9 days of poker we've had so far, starting with the A Cup, the Amateur Championship of Poker main event. Started last Saturday at 1 p.m. It was a 2-day event, won by Tony Martin. An Irishman taking that down, had a great field. We doubled the numbers from last year, over 300 players. Cole takes that one down. And we went through a few turbos, side events, no limit hold'em, win the buttons. And last Tuesday we had another Irish event, 100 Irish. Then the European Deepstack Poker Championship started on Wednesday. Started with Super Satellite. Then the main event started on Thursday. It was a 4-day event.
Raised.
Yost to open, 500,000.
Call.
And a call from Jonas.
Fold.
Re-raise. Call gets out of the way. 2 players to the flop.
Heads up.
9, 7, 7.
Sorry, I didn't.
Rainbow flop.
More than 6, 7.
Jonas is asking how much he has. Has Yost had?
Check.
He's going to check to him.
550.
Bet.
Bet 550. It's a small bet. It's 1.3 there in the pot. That's 1.8. You want to get a call here or raise? It's a raise.
Raise.
1.3.
1,300,000.
How much?
1,003,000.
1.3. He's trying to raise over a 500 bet. These last 3 players are keeping the bets almost the same. Hard to read. Not be able to get much reads off the bets.
Gentlemen raises all in.
From Yost.
Can you put the chips in front, please?
Okay, he's going to ask for a count.
All the chips in front.
Not sure exactly what Yost had started the hand with. It's 5.46 is what the computer is showing for Jonas to call.
This is in the pot.
Jonas has 12 million behind, according to our computer. So that's a nice little chunk of change out of his stack. He's got to be careful here. You can see him trying to analyze it, figure out the play. He's not too happy with it.
4.5. 4.3.
The computer might be slightly out.
4.6.
We've tried to keep it up to date as best as possible. See what the dealer says.
4.5 million. 4.8. That's 5. 550 and 580. 5,880,000.
5,880,000.
880. We're a little bit out. So we're what, 380 out? 480 out? 420 out, sorry. 420 out. We will adjust that. Can we adjust that? We can, okay, thank you, Patrick. Patrick's been our graphics guy, doing a great job. He started with us on the A Cup. It was his first time doing it.
4,880,000.
4 million.
4 million.
4 million or 5 million?
4. It's
No,
2.
No, 5.
That's
5.
5,880,000
5,880.
in total.
And he has
Here.
to go 4 million.
1,000,003 is already here.
1,000,003 already
So
in.
1,003,000, and then there's 5.
This is the difference, sir.
5.8 again.
5,880.
9, yeah,
5,880 is the difference. The dealer has brought in the 1.3 raise into the pot, so the difference is 5.8 to call. He looks like he's interested in calling, but he's got to see his stack behind. Not that much.
I call.
Call.
He's called.
Showdown.
Here we go. Showdown. Let's see the cards. Bring them into center. Ace 9, King 9. Wow. King 9 for Jonas.
880.
Ace 9 for Yost. Yost
5,880.
just needs to avoid a king. A 7 would be a chop pot. 7 or a 9 is a chop pot. Otherwise, Yost has to avoid the king. And the turn. Queen. Still the same. And the river card, a jack. Yost takes a double up. Wow. That was a big one. Let's see how Jonas can recover from that. 6.9 Jonas has got left. Slight difference there to that as we saw the chips were slightly out.
Yours, sir.
So we'll try and recorrect that now. Patrick's going to be on the job. There's 420 difference. Patrick's doing the math. Readjusting. In a second. Show you the stacks. But that's a big hit to Jonas. Let's see how he can mentally control himself. That is a big hit. He had to call. He had to call. King 9. You know, he top pair with a good kicker. Just unlucky that just had the ace. Ace 9. Yeah. You did think long and hard. You had to make sure of it. You did have to make sure of it. So, with a little recalculation now, Jonas has 6.9 million. Just has 15 million.
Fold.
Carl is still there with 22.5 million. Carl just sat back and watched it. And pocket queens for Jonas. Unfortunately, he didn't get a luck. Nobody went with him. Takes the blinds and antes. It was a button raise. And he just took him down. Okay, so he's 7.35. There we are. 22.65 Cahill. Just 15 million. And Jonas 7.35. Now Cahill to open. He's on the button. Gonna raise it up.
Raise 500,000.
500,000.
Gentlemen, re-raises to 1,300,000.
All the way through this level, standard is the re-raise on a 500,000 bet is 1.3. Cahill lets it go. Yeah.
Raise to 500,000. Fold.
Yes, makes
Gentlemen
500,000. I'll look him up in the big blind.
Heads up.
2 players. Jack 7-5.
Check. Check.
Check, check. And we go to the ace. Option and call from the big blind. He was checked after a pre-flop raise on the button. He was still in position. That ace.
Bet.
Carl's going to see where he's at.
580.
580, small enough bet. If he gets shoved,
Call.
re-raised, he's just going to get a call from Just. Somebody's going to have an ace. And the river, 6 of diamonds. So the straight hit, there's no flush. What's Cole going to do now? Hard to say. When Just pre-flop raised, check, check on the flop. Call let out on the turn. Just flat
Bet.
called him.
1,300,000.
1.3. It's a decent sized bet. Just is 14.6 behind. He can rest at 1.3, just a hero call if he wants to. Call has been strong. 1.3 is enticing bet to call. Hard to judge where he might be at. He's going to call. He's going to see it down. And Gina brings in the cards. Ace 3 for Cahill, and Just folds. Ace 3. Nice bet on the river there, enticing Just to make the call. And Cahill stretches his lead, 24.6 million. Just after that double of Jonas is 1.33.
How many
Nine.
back eights you get in big one?
Jonas,
Yeah.
just under 7 million. Jonas still has play. I would not put him out of the game yet.
And turn the apparent nuts with
He
him.
showed he's a good player,
Turn the
strong player,
apparent nuts with him.
Yeah.
and can pick his position, his spots very well.
What, the entire tournament? Second time.
Gentleman raises to 500,000. Call. Fold.
Okay,
Heads up.
Cahill and Jonas going to the flop. King 5
Check.
Jack, 2 spades.
Check.
Check, check. 10 of clubs. Very interesting card.
Check.
Over to Cahill. Checks. Jonas. He's going to bet small.
Bet. 640. Fold.
640 and a fold. Yeah. Dangerous board there. Well, it's been a while now since our 4th place Yaroslav Japan went out. Our viewer numbers dropped. I see a lot of Danish following him.
Yeah, I think so.
Seems to be quite a personality back home. And they've been building up slightly now, so obviously a lot of the Irish tuning in to see how Carl's doing. Left to all.
Bet. Raise to 500,000.
Everybody in poker boards. Halo here. Raises on the button. Jonas Joost folds. Jonas calls.
Gentleman re-raises.
Oh, re-raise. Usually they pick up the blacks, but Jonas doesn't have any blacks now. 1,250,000. Call. This will be his second button raise in a row. I'm getting 3 bet. Previously used to 3 bet him and call instant cold, folded, and he lets it go this time with Jonas 3 betting him. Jonas doesn't show and takes down.
Raise. Fold.
Ghost raises on the button or folds. Used jokes with Cahill. No re-raise. Yeah, can't do it every time. Otherwise players will get look you up or 4-bet you. We have had 1 5-bet. We've had a few 4-bets. 1 5-bet. Joost shoved over the top of Jonas. Unfortunately, Jonas lost that one. Jonas to go first. He folds and Joost gets a walk. 2 in a row.
How bad was it? Good? How bad was it? Mine? Yeah? 5-5.
Jonas asked him how bad his hand was for a raise.
Would have called him. Pretty 3-bet line.
Big blind 5 high. Everybody folds to you. That's grand.
Okay, all players ready for the Irish North Finger Wing.
As GP announces, the Irish tournament is about to kick off now. If you want to come down, it's a late reg. It's a 100 plus 20 Irish tournament.
Fold. 500.
Call on the button. 3rd time in a row. He's raising. And instead of being 3-bet, he's just going to get called by Jonas. 9-5 king.
Check.
Check by Jonas. Back to the pre-flop raiser. Call.
Bet. 440.
440. Small bet.
The same height as 20.
Yeah, it's actually perfect.
Jonas is thinking about this.
Can hold your arm.
Did he look down at his chips there for a sec? Yeah, I think he did, because he's going to re-raise them. Looks like 900,000.
Raise.
That's 900,000.
Call.
And he gets a call. Yeah, 900,000. We go to the turn. 9 of diamonds. Interesting.
Check.
Jonas checks again. So if Jonas had any part of that, possibly a 5 or a 9. So he hit the 9 again. You definitely check again back into call. Doesn't seem to be afraid to continuation
Bet.
of this.
1,220,000.
Third barrel. Pre-flop raise. Flop raise. And now turn raise. Although he was re-raised on the flop, he seemed to have no problem continuing again.
1,220.
Yeah, sorry.
Jonas is just going to flat call this one. Personally, I have no idea where they're at. There's the flush. So there's a straight, there's a flush,
Check.
and there's a paired board. Jonas checks again. Don't think he liked the turn, and I don't think he liked the river. But he's definitely got some part of it to re-raise the flop. Could be dangerous to call. Jonas could be... Call looks like I have no problem betting this again. They're in the whole way through. Just out of the corner of my eye on another screen, I can see Jonas wincing a little bit as soon as Cahill
Bet.
went for chips.
2,880,000.
He looks comfortable there. He's trying to figure out where he's at. Look at that deep breath. He's got to fold it. Yeah, not comfortable at all. Board run out. Worse and worse for him. If he had any part of it. Big one. And we see
The wrong one. Everyone is
ace.
going to put me on tilt.
See an ace.
Ace, 2 ace, always in that situation. Always a pocket pair. Always. Wasn't even a pot. Sorry? Wasn't even a pot. It wasn't even a pot. I wasn't. Oh, you were?
Yep.
No.
Anybody shows a card? Just put it in the center.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Just
Raised
making sure the dealer
500.
shows every card,
Fold.
even if one card's shown. Just make sure it shows.
Call.
No worries.
Okay. Call
Check.
and Just this time. We got a diamond
6.
flop there.
600,000.
Call checks. Just bets 600,000. Call's going to call him. Ace of hearts.
Check.
Call checks
Check.
again
Good.
and check again. We could see Call leading out here.
Check.
That's
Show.
check. It's not a good card. He's got to have a pair, 2 pair. He's got King Jack.
Almost rose
King
the
Jack,
flop, too.
King 3.
Almost rose the flop.
Almost a split pot. The Jack hit Call.
Maybe she blocked the other.
Take that one down.
Yeah, you go.
Yeah, cautious checking there.
Ah,
It got more and more dangerous. So, Cahill, 27.3 million. Yost, 12.2 million. Poor Jonas,
Empty, gents.
he's dropping a little bit again. 5.3 million.
The less of I bet,
But I have
more
no
you
doubt
put
that he
yourself
can come back
into
from
it.
this.
Yeah.
Can you give me 10? Thank you.
No one likes
One double up.
Calling close
He's
bets back
definitely back in the game.
240, sir.
Jonas has showed great strength of play.